So yesterday I put out a run and gun build based around the Dark Winter SMG, which is still one of my favorite weapons in the game, and in the comments section of that video, people were asking what is the best way currently in the game to try to get that weapon. So today, my friends, I'm going to show you all of the different options you have to hopefully pick it up. What's up, my YouTube family? Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video, and today, my friends, it's going to be a quick one as I just want to go over a few of the ways you can get the Dark Winter SMG, as there seems to be a little bit of confusion for people who are just returning to the game. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and we are having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5, but as always, I'll save that info until the end of the video. Now, as all of you know by now, anytime you open up the map on a daily basis, you're going to see the location of each piece of targeted loot that you can pick up in the game. Now, it just so happens today, Friday, March 24th, the SMG is the targeted loot in DZ West, and the reason why that's important is because this is a PvP exclusive weapon, which means it can only drop when you're playing a PvP element in this game, which is the Dark Zone or Conflict. So on days where it is the targeted loot in a Dark Zone, it is the perfect day to farm and try to pick it up. Which brings me to a question that a lot of you are sending the channel, and that is targeted loot still contaminated in the Dark Zone? And the answer is yes. So we know that for a long time in Season 10, when you were farming in the Dark Zone, all of the targeted loot at the time was not contaminated at all, which means you could just farm. Anything that was targeted loot would go right into your inventory. But with the beginning of Season 11, that has totally changed. So now every piece of loot that drops on the ground is contaminated, so no matter what, you have to extract with it. Now, there happen to be a few important things I want to mention as we move on. First of all, because it is a PvP exclusive, it can drop in any Dark Zone at any time, but your chances are better when the SMG is the targeted loot, like I said a moment ago. And secondly, there happen to be times when one of the Dark Zone vendors has the Dark Winter for sale, so in my opinion, one thing you want to make sure you do on a weekly basis is jump into the Dark Zone, do some farming, break down the items you don't want, which turns them into Dark Zone resources, which is what you use to buy things from the Dark Zone vendor. That way, when it is actually for sale at one point, you've already have some, DZ resources saved up, so that way you can hopefully pick it up when it's actually for sale. Now, for those of you that do not like going into the Dark Zone or Conflict or whatever it is at all, thankfully you do have another option, and it all centers around the Countdown vendor. So you can see here, and this rotates on a weekly basis. This third named item may be an actual Dark Zone exclusive. In this week's case, it is. The Manic is still a DZ exclusive, but you can see it's here for sale, and there are some times, I think it's happened one time in the past, where I've seen the Dark Winter here. However, one thing that is always for sale at this vendor are named caches, which also have the chance of having a Dark Zone exclusive item in there. Now remember, it can be any named item in the game. So when you see me open these right here, I think one of them is a DZ exclusive. All the rest you can just farm for in the open world. But once again, for those of you that do not like to go into any PvP mode in this game, this is another opportunity to hopefully be able to pick it up. I have talked to people out there who have gotten it this way. It may have taken them like 30 or 40 caches, but this is one of those weapons that is definitely worth the grind. One of the main reasons I wanted to put this video together was the fact that a lot of people are confused because this was a guaranteed drop in a seasonal reward track from, way back in Season 1, then subsequently Season 5. There is a little bit of confusion from people thinking it actually drops in the open world. Once again, my friends, to be clear, it is a PvP exclusive, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. With all that being said, I'm going to start to wrap this up. However, as always, I want to thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, we are currently having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced May 4th of this year. On that note, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay footage. I was able to jump into DZ West for a little bit this morning, did some farming, wasn't able to get the Dark Winter to drop, going to continue to farm later today, and of course, I wish you all nothing but the best. And as I mention at the end of every video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
additional hostile contacts.
Here we come, Hunter!
Detonated gear detected.
Fuck here! Solid hit! Here comes the hammer!
Now detecting contaminated gear. Landmark has been cleared. Engaging landmark. Detonated gear detected. Incoming hostiles detected. Backup request declined. Detecting additional hostile contacts.